She used to practice her Korean sentences before speaking to him. Amina would sit on the edge of her bed in her small apartment in Seoul, repeating phrases softly to herself, making sure her grammar was perfect. Because if she made a mistake, Junho would sigh and say, "You've been here long enough. Why is your Korean still like this?" At first, she laughed it off. They met at a language exchange event in Itaewon. He was charming, confident, curious about her Nigerian background. He told her he admired her strength for moving abroad alone. He said she was different, special. In the beginning, his protectiveness felt romantic. When he told her not to dress too bold because Korean society could be judgmental, she thought he was looking out for her. When he said, "You don't need those foreign friends, they're a bad influence," she thought maybe he just wanted more time together. When he corrected her accent in front of his friends and laughed, she told herself he didn't mean harm. But slowly, Amina became smaller. She stopped speaking English in public because he said it drew attention. She stopped wearing her colorful Ankara dresses because he said they were too loud. She stopped sharing her dreams of starting her own business because he would respond, "Focus on being stable first. Don't think too big." The worst part? She started believing she was the problem. If he got jealous, she blamed herself. If he was cold, she assumed she had embarrassed him. If he insulted her, she told herself it was just cultural differences. Her anxiety grew quietly. Every time his name flashed on her phone, her heart tightened. When he was in a good mood, she felt relief. When he wasn't, she felt tension in her chest. One evening in Hongdae, after he accused her of trying too hard to get attention because she laughed at a joke his friend made, something inside her shifted. They argued outside the subway station. He said, "If you don't like how things are in Korea, maybe you should go back." That sentence echoed in her mind all night. Go back. She went home, sat by her window overlooking the city lights of Seoul, and for the first time, she stopped blaming herself. She asked one simple question: why am I constantly shrinking to be loved? That question changed everything. Instead of excusing him, Amina started noticing patterns. The criticism disguised as advice. The jealousy disguised as care. The gaslighting. "I never said that. You misunderstood." The isolation, slowly pushing her away from her support system. She called her friend Chidinma, another African expat she hadn't spoken to in months. That conversation reminded her who she was before the relationship. Then she did something powerful. She set boundaries. The next time Junho mocked her accent, she calmly said, "I won't accept being spoken to like that. If it continues, I will leave." He laughed. So she left the cafe. Healthy people reflect. Toxic people escalate. He escalated. He said she was being dramatic. He said no Korean man would tolerate her attitude. Instead of shrinking, Amina began rebuilding. She reconnected with friends in Itaewon. She joined a dance class. She started journaling again. She quietly saved money. She organized her documents. She spoke to a counselor who specialized in multicultural relationships. Step by step, she rebuilt her independence. The hardest part wasn't seeing the toxicity. The hardest part was when he suddenly became sweet again. Flowers, apologies, promises. "I'll change. I didn't mean it. I just love you too much." But this time, she saw the cycle clearly. Hurt, apology, affection, repeat. And she refused to step back into it. With her support system aware and her plans prepared, she ended the relationship calmly and firmly. No shouting, no revenge, just a decision. Months later, Amina walks through Seoul confidently, wearing her bright dresses again, laughing loudly, speaking whatever language she chooses. She didn't just leave a toxic relationship, she reclaimed herself. Now let me ask you, are you like Amina? Are you constantly adjusting yourself? Do you feel smaller than you used to be? Do you keep excusing behavior that hurts you? Are you searching for ways to be free? If you are, comment below. You are not alone. Subscribe as I list out the dangers of being in a toxic relationship and safe ways to handle it. First, toxic relationships destroy self-esteem. Repeated criticism makes you doubt your worth. Second, they create chronic anxiety. You begin living in survival mode. Third, isolation. The more isolated you are, the more control they gain. Fourth, emotional dependence. Fifth, long-term mental health damage. Depression, anxiety, trust issues. These can last long after the relationship ends. Now, how do you handle it safely? 1. Identify patterns. 2. Rebuild your support system. 3. Set clear boundaries and observe the response. 4. Rebuild your identity, hobbies, goals, therapy. 5. If necessary, create a safe exit plan. Save funds, secure documents, inform trusted people. If you ever feel physically unsafe, contact local support services immediately. Your safety comes first. Love should not feel like fear. It should not erase your culture, your voice, or your identity. It should not require you to shrink. Sometimes freedom comes from choosing yourself. If you like this video, follow Love Guardian for more helpful relationship guidance in the next video, because your peace is worth protecting.